how big of a frangipani cutting can I plant? And this is a good example. We planted this, my son and I, off a cutting from a friend's frangipani. It was a big tree-form size one. I was doing quite well. I believe it was a purple. And Plumeria, that's what other people call this. By the way, if you're interested in getting one of these, then go ahead and click on the link in the description. And there are copious amounts and varieties, every color and variety available. I think there's 300, I believe, 300 Plumeria varieties, all vary in scent, color, etc. Great for pressing, great for making Hawaiian leis, necklaces. Yeah, but this one I took about a 4-foot cutting, maybe 4.5-foot cutting. And when you take a Plumeria cutting, my advice is always to allow the base to dry after you cut it. Just leave it on the ground, whatever. You could take the leaves off, that's or not, doesn't really matter. I usually do. Take most of them off because they're just going to fall off anyway. And then you jam it straight in the ground, just like you would jam a pole into the ground as hard as you can. And when it stops, then you leave it there. And that's why so many people get into a frangipani planting hysteria. Hard for me to resist it myself. I know it so well. And then you have nothing but frangipanis, which are pretty cool, but you know, you can't eat them. I don't think. I wouldn't. Here's an example of one that I grew years and years ago, and a really interesting variety. I featured this in a lot of videos. It's a white with a pink and an orange. It's just incredible flower. Smells so good. And I planted it years ago. Been tree forming. Now it's a big canopy, thing, and it actually takes the salt breeze really well, which surprises me. But it's ready to take a cutting again. And the thing is, tempting to plant the same variety over and over. In this case, it's so good I actually would. And what I'm thinking of doing is, you got to look at the shape of the branches. This one is coming down into an area I don't really want it. I could cut it there and make about a 3-foot cutting, there, or I could cut it up here and make about a 6 to 8 foot cutting. And I've actually, well, more like 6-foot cutting. I've actually planted them that long before, and they survived. So really, the length of the cutting depends on your ambition level, really. I like to get enough of the bottom of the cutting that you can jam it in far enough so it's structurally sound, right? So it can't be blown over while it's growing its roots. That's really about the only guidance. Other than that, the Plumeria is one of the most easy plants to grow on Earth, in my opinion. Just avoid the temptations of planting the same one 1,000 times, or planting them everywhere and losing track of anything else, that kind of thing. If you don't do that, then you can get a rich variety of them, and they've proved to be an incredible part of our life. All my kids love to pick them and smell them and collect them and press them, and they're super awesome. You ever picked a Plumeria flower and jammed it in your beach cruiser to go to the beach for a swim? Well, that's a thing. And I can tell you it's quite a wonderful thing. So go ahead and add some of this wonder to your world. Maybe it's not exactly what I just described, but maybe it's something even better, because whatever you're doing is the best thing for you to do. Thanks for watching Eat Your Backyard. Please subscribe.
Thank you.